Welcome, wanderers of the dark and seekers of the unknown, to Whispers on the Asphalt, your go-to channel for spine-tingling tales and haunted histories. Here, we explore the eerie corners of the world where shadows stretch longer than they should and the hum of tires on pavement is often accompanied by whispers from beyond. Today, we embark on a chilling journey along some of the most haunted highways in the Pacific Northwest, a region renowned for its breathtaking landscapes, dense forests, and a rich tapestry of folklore that blurs the line between myth and reality. The Pacific Northwest, with its mist-shrouded mountains, winding coastal roads, and endless stretches of wilderness, has long been a breeding ground for ghostly legends and unexplained phenomena. These highways, carved through rugged terrain and steeped in history, are more than mere conduits for travel. They are corridors of mystery, where the past lingers like fog over a moonlit lake. From spectral hitchhikers to phantom vehicles, from cursed landmarks to blood-soaked stretches of asphalt, these roads hold secrets that defy explanation and challenge the boundaries of belief. In this two-part series, we will peel back the layers of the supernatural, revealing the haunting stories behind the region's most infamous routes. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, prepare to have your curiosity piqued and your courage tested as we delve into the unknown. So buckle up, keep your headlights on, and join us as we navigate the shadowy highways of the Pacific Northwest. Let the journey begin. The sinister shadows of Washington State, with its lush evergreen forests, majestic mountain ranges, and rugged coastlines, is a land steeped in natural beauty and mystery. Beneath its serene surface, however, lies a tapestry woven with tales of the supernatural, where whispers of the past linger in the shadows of historic buildings, abandoned asylums, and isolated ghost towns. These places, shrouded in eerie legends and chilling encounters, beckon the curious and the brave to delve into their haunted histories. In the second installment of our exploration into Washington State's most haunted locations, we journey deeper into the heart of the unknown, uncovering stories that send shivers down spines and ignite imaginations. From the echoing halls of derelict institutions to the silent streets of forgotten settlements, these sites hold secrets that defy explanation and challenge our understanding of reality. Each location we visit has been marked by tragedy, despair, or inexplicable phenomena, leaving behind a legacy of spectral inhabitants who refuse to fade into oblivion. Whether it's the mournful cries of patients long departed from an asylum's corridors, the ghostly apparitions wandering through ancient homesteads, or the unsettling silence of a town frozen in time, Washington State offers a treasure trove of haunting tales waiting to be told. For those drawn to the macabre allure of the paranormal, these stories are more than mere folklore. They are windows into another realm, where the line between the living and the dead blurs. As we peel back the layers of history and legend, we invite you to join us on this spine-chilling adventure, where every creaking floorboard and flickering light might just be a sign that you're not alone. Prepare to confront the darkness, embrace the unknown, and uncover the sinister shadows that haunt the evergreen state. The Thornwood Castle, a Gothic enigma wrapped in elegance nestled on the shores of American Lake near Tacoma, Thornwood Castle stands as a hauntingly beautiful testament to early 20th century opulence and architectural grandeur. Built between 1908 and 1911 by Chester Thorne, one of Tacoma's founding fathers, this Tudor Gothic mansion was constructed using materials salvaged from a 15th century Welsh castle. Its imposing facade, complete with towering turrets and intricate stonework, exudes an air of old-world charm that belies the dark secrets lurking within its walls. The castle's infamous reputation stems largely from its association with tragic love affairs and untimely deaths. One such tale revolves around Dorothy Greer, a young woman who worked as a maid at Thornwood during the 1920s. Legend has it that Dorothy fell deeply in love with a groundskeeper named Thomas, but their romance was met with disapproval from Chester Thorne himself. In a fit of rage, Thorne allegedly forbade the couple from seeing each other, leading to a clandestine meeting in the castle's garden one fateful evening. Tragically, their rendezvous ended in disaster when Dorothy slipped and fell into the lake, drowning before Thomas could save her. Her spirit is said to haunt the castle to this day, manifesting as a faint outline of a woman dressed in period clothing, often seen gazing wistfully out of the windows overlooking the water. Another chilling account involves the ghost of Chester Thorne's wife, Anna. Known for her reclusive nature and fragile health, Anna spent much of her time confined to the castle's upper chambers. After her death in 1944, strange occurrences began to plague the household staff. Doors would slam shut without warning, lights flickered erratically, and the scent of roses, Anna's favorite flower, would permeate certain rooms despite no visible source. Guests staying overnight have reported feeling an icy draft pass through them, accompanied by the sound of soft sobbing emanating from the vicinity of Anna's former quarters. Perhaps the most unnerving presence at Thornawood Castle belongs to an unidentified entity known simply as the Lady in White. Described as a translucent figure draped in flowing garments, she has been spotted roaming the castle's expansive gardens late at night. Witnesses claim to see her gliding silently across the lawn, her face obscured by a veil, before vanishing into thin air. Some believe she may be the spirit of a bride whose wedding plans were tragically cut short, while others speculate she could be a former resident whose life ended in sorrow. Modern-day paranormal investigators have conducted numerous expeditions within Thornawood's hallowed halls, capturing compelling evidence of its supernatural inhabitants. Thermal imaging cameras reveal cold spots concentrated in specific areas, particularly near the library and dining room. Audio recordings captured during overnight sessions include faint whispers, some pleading for help, others issuing cryptic warnings. Perhaps the most unsettling discovery came during a live investigation broadcast online. Viewers watching the feed spotted a shadowy silhouette darting across the screen in real time, prompting widespread speculation about the nature of the entities haunting the castle. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, Thornawood Castle remains a popular destination for weddings, events, and overnight stays. Visitors eager to experience its macabre charm flock to the property, drawn by both its architectural splendor and its enigmatic history. For those brave enough to spend the night, the promise of encountering Dorothy, Anna, or the mysterious Lady in White adds an element of excitement and trepidation. Yet, as each new guest steps across its threshold, they must decide whether they are ready to face the Gothic enigma wrapped in elegance, and the restless spirits it harbors. The Northern State Hospital, echoes of madness perched on the outskirts of Sedro-Woolley, Washington. The sprawling ruins of Northern State Hospital stand as a grim reminder of humanity's attempts to grapple with mental illness. Established in 1912, this once massive psychiatric facility housed thousands of patients over its six-decade operation, many of whom endured harrowing treatments and unimaginable suffering. Today, the decaying structures, now reclaimed by nature, whisper secrets of a darker time, where hope was often overshadowed by despair, and the boundaries between sanity and madness blurred irrevocably. During its operational years, Northern State Hospital gained notoriety not only for its size but also for the questionable practices carried out within its walls. Electroshock therapy, lobotomies, and experimental drug trials were common, leaving patients physically and emotionally scarred. The hospital's labyrinthine corridors became synonymous with isolation, neglect, and abuse, creating an environment ripe for tragedy. Overcrowding, understaffing, and inadequate resources exacerbated the already dire conditions, leading to frequent outbreaks of violence among patients and staff alike. It is said that countless individuals died within these confines, their lives extinguished prematurely due to mistreatment, accidents, or suicides born of unbearable anguish. One of the most chilling episodes tied to Northern State occurred in the early 1930s, when a series of unexplained deaths plagued Ward C. Patients reported hearing disembodied screams echoing through the hallways at night, followed by the sudden disappearance of fellow inmates. Investigations revealed little concrete evidence, but rumors swirled about malevolent forces at play, a theory seemingly supported by the inexplicable phenomena documented by staff. Nurses claimed to see shadowy figures lurking in corners, while orderlies described doors slamming shut on their own and equipment moving inexplicably across rooms. To this day, visitors exploring the abandoned wards recount hearing faint moans and footsteps, as though the spirits of those who suffered here continued to roam restlessly. Among the myriad ghostly tales associated with the hospital, none is more pervasive than the story of Emily Hargrove, a patient admitted in 1947 after being diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. According to records, Emily exhibited erratic behavior and violent outbursts, prompting her confinement to a solitary cell deep within the bowels of the institution. One stormy night, she vanished without a trace, leaving behind only cryptic writings scrawled on the walls of her cell. "They hear me, they watch me." Despite extensive searches, Emily was never found, fueling speculation that she had succumbed to the elements or fallen victim to foul play. Decades later, paranormal investigators visiting the site captured EVP recordings containing fragmented phrases eerily similar to Emily's final words, suggesting her tormented soul may still linger in the shadows. Today, Northern State Hospital serves as a magnet for thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts eager to confront its haunted legacy. Urban explorers navigating its crumbling corridors speak of overwhelming feelings of dread, accompanied by sudden drops in temperature and the sensation of being watched. Others report seeing apparitions of patients in tattered robes wandering aimlessly, their hollow eyes reflecting untold sorrow. Even seasoned investigators admit to experiencing moments of sheer terror, citing instances where flashlights flicker uncontrollably and electronic devices malfunction inexplicably. For those brave enough to venture into the heart of this forsaken asylum, the opportunity to encounter the echoes of madness proves irresistible. Yet, as each new visitor steps across its threshold, they must ask themselves, are they prepared to face the darkness that lingers within these walls, or will they become another chapter in the hospital's tragic tale? Northern State Hospital remains a haunting testament to the fragility of the human psyche and the enduring power of memory, where the voices of the past refuse to fade quietly into oblivion. The Monte Cristo Hotel, ghosts of gold rush glory tucked away in the Cascade Mountains. The Monte Cristo Hotel stands as a relic of Washington State's frenzied gold rush era, a time when dreams of fortune and prosperity drew prospectors, merchants, and adventurers to the rugged wilderness. Established in 1889, this once thriving establishment served as the social and economic hub of the mining town of Monte Cristo, offering weary travelers respite from the harsh conditions of the surrounding terrain. Its timber-clad exterior and cozy interiors reflected the rustic charm of the era, but beneath its inviting facade lay a darker narrative, one steeped in greed, betrayal, and untimely death. Monte Cristo's rise to prominence was swift but short-lived. By the early 1900s, the town's mines had been depleted, and its population dwindled as quickly as it had grown. The hotel, which had once bustled with activity, fell into disrepair, its halls silenced by abandonment. Yet, even as the physical structure decayed, the spirits of those who had lived, loved, and died within its walls seemed unwilling to depart. Today, the Monte Cristo Hotel is considered one of Washington State's most haunted locations, its spectral inhabitants serving as guardians of a bygone age. One of the most enduring legends tied to the hotel involves the tragic fate of Sarah McAllister, a young woman who worked as a cook during the height of the gold rush. Sarah's story begins with a forbidden romance with a miner named Jacob, whose jealousy and possessiveness spiraled into violence. In 1893, a heated argument between the two culminated in tragedy when Sarah was found dead in the hotel's kitchen, her body bearing signs of a brutal attack. Jacob fled into the mountains, never to be seen again, but his guilt-ridden spirit is said to haunt the hotel to this day. Guests staying in the rooms above the kitchen often report hearing muffled shouting and the clanging of pots and pans, as though the altercation continues to play out in an endless loop. Another prominent figure in the hotel's haunted lore is Henry Whitcomb, a wealthy mine owner who frequented the establishment during its heyday. Known for his ruthless business tactics and volatile temper, Whitcomb reportedly orchestrated the murder of a rival prospector in Room 12, staging the crime to look like an accident. Though he escaped legal consequences, Whitcomb's conscience proved less forgiving. Staff members tasked with cleaning the room have recounted seeing a shadowy figure pacing anxiously near the window, muttering indistinct phrases under his breath. Others described feeling an oppressive weight pressing down on them, accompanied by the acrid smell of gunpowder, an eerie reminder of the violence that transpired within those walls. The hotel's basement, once used as storage for gold shipments, is another focal point of paranormal activity. Stories abound of workers who vanished mysteriously while retrieving crates, their bodies never found. Modern-day visitors exploring the space describe hearing chains rattling and heavy footsteps echoing through the cavernous room, though no one else is present. Some claim to see shadowy figures dragging invisible loads, their movements jerky and unnatural. A particularly chilling account comes from a group of urban explorers who swore they felt cold metal cuffs snap around their wrists, pulling them backward toward the darkness before releasing them abruptly. Overnight stays at the Monte Cristo Hotel frequently result in bizarre experiences that defy logical explanation. Lights flicker unpredictably, especially in hallways leading to the older sections of the building. Doors slam shut on their own, and the scent of cigar smoke wafts through the air despite the hotel's strict no-smoking policy. One guest described waking up to find his reflection in the mirror staring back at him, but not quite matching his movements, as if another entity stood behind him, mimicking his actions. Another recounted seeing a man in a dusty miner's outfit standing at the foot of her bed, his hollow eyes boring into hers before vanishing without a sound. Paranormal investigators have conducted numerous expeditions within the hotel's walls, capturing compelling evidence of its supernatural inhabitants. Thermal imaging cameras reveal cold spots concentrated in specific areas, including the kitchen and room 12. Particularly near antique furniture pieces believed to have belonged to the original owners. Perhaps the most unsettling discovery came during a live investigation broadcast online. Viewers watching the feed spotted a translucent figure darting across the screen in real time, prompting widespread speculation about the nature of the entities haunting the Monte Cristo, despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation. The Monte Cristo Hotel remains a popular destination for history enthusiasts and thrill-seekers alike. Its rich tapestry of human drama, interwoven with tragedy and loss, creates an atmosphere unlike any other. For those brave enough to spend the night, the opportunity to confront the ghosts of Washington State's tumultuous past offers both terror and fascination. Yet, as each new visitor crosses its threshold, they must decide whether they are ready to face the echoes of the gold rush and the restless spirits it left behind. The Dumas Brothel Museum, whispers of sin and redemption perched on the edge of Walla Walla's historic downtown. The Dumas Brothel stands as a haunting relic of Washington State's wild frontier days, where vice and virtue danced precariously along the razor's edge of morality. Operating continuously from 1888 to 1990, it holds the dubious distinction of being one of the longest-running brothels in the United States. Once a sanctuary for cowboys, miners, and soldiers seeking solace, or sin, this red-light district landmark now serves as a museum dedicated to preserving its sordid past. But beyond its carefully curated exhibits and preserved artifacts lies a darker truth. The Dumas brothel is far from empty. Its walls harbor memories too painful to forget, and its rooms echo with the voices of those who lived and died within them. The brothel's origins trace back to the late 19th century, when Walla Walla was a bustling hub of commerce and lawlessness. Madame Mary Dumas, a shrewd and enigmatic figure, transformed what began as a modest boarding house into a thriving enterprise catering to the desires of the town's transient population. Under her watchful eye, the brothel flourished, becoming both a symbol of indulgence and a microcosm of the societal struggles of the time. However, the opulence and revelry masked a world rife with exploitation, disease, and despair. Many women who worked there arrived seeking independence, only to find themselves trapped in cycles of abuse and addiction. Their stories, buried beneath layers of secrecy and shame, remain etched into the very fabric of the building. Among the most infamous tales tied to the Dumas brothel is that of Annie Adams, a young prostitute who met a tragic end in room 15. Annie, known for her fiery spirit and striking beauty, caught the attention of a jealous client who accused her of infidelity. In a fit of rage, he strangled her to death, leaving her body hidden beneath the floorboards. Her murder went unsolved for decades until renovations in the 1980s unearthed skeletal remains, confirming the grim suspicions whispered among locals. Since then, guests touring the museum have reported feeling an icy chill sweep through the room, accompanied by the faint sound of a woman sobbing. Others claim to see a spectral figure clad in a blood-red dress standing motionless at the window, her expression one of eternal sorrow. Another recurring presence is that of Madame Mary herself, whose ghost is said to patrol the brothel's dimly lit corridors. Employees recount instances of perfume wafting through the air, evoking the lavish sense of a bygone era. Doors slam shut unexpectedly, and items are moved without explanation, as if Mary were still overseeing operations. Some visitors swear they've glimpsed her reflection in the ornate mirrors lining the walls, her piercing gaze following them as they pass. One particularly unsettling account comes from a tour guide who felt an unseen hand grip her shoulder tightly while recounting Annie's story, forcing her to abandon the narrative mid-sentence. The basement of the Dumas brothel, once used as a makeshift jail for unruly patrons, is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Tales of violent altercations and drunken brawls abound, lending credence to reports of disembodied voices shouting obscenities and the sound of chains clanking against stone floors. Paranormal investigators conducting overnight sessions have captured EVP recordings of men cursing and women pleading for help, their voices overlapping in chaotic cacophony. On one occasion, a thermal camera revealed a humanoid figure crouching in a corner, its form dissolving into shadow as soon as the lens focused on it. Modern-day visitors to the Dumas brothel often leave with more than just photographs and souvenirs. They carry with them the weight of its haunted history. Tourists recount unexplainable phenomena ranging from fleeting apparitions to full-bodied encounters with entities believed to be former residents. One couple claimed to feel hands brushing against their backs as they ascended the staircase, while another visitor described hearing the unmistakable click of high heels descending the stairs behind her, though no one else was present. Such experiences serve as poignant reminders of the lives lost to the brothel's dark legacy. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, the Dumas brothel continues to draw crowds eager to explore its macabre charm. For some, it represents a tangible connection to Washington State's untamed past. For others, it is an opportunity to confront the ghosts of sin and redemption. Whether viewed as a monument to resilience or a cautionary tale, the Dumas brothel stands as a testament to the enduring power of memory, where the echoes of laughter and tears refuse to fade into silence. Patterns across Washington State's haunted places, echoes of the pastas. We delve deeper into the haunted histories of Washington State's most notorious locations. A striking pattern emerges, weaving a thread of eerie consistency through their disparate tales. These patterns are not merely coincidental, rather, they underscore universal themes of human emotion, unresolved trauma, and the enduring power of memory. From the echoing halls of derelict institutions like Northern State Hospital to the time-worn corridors of the Monte Cristo Hotel, these sites share a commonality that transcends location and era, binding them together in a spectral sisterhood of sorrow and suspense. One recurring motif is the concept of unfinished business. Whether it's the victims of Northern State's questionable treatments, or the betrayed lovers haunting Thornwood Castle, these spirits seem tethered to the earthly realm by grievances left unaddressed. Their presence manifests as restless energy, often communicated through auditory phenomena, cries, whispers, or disembodied voices, that serve as pleas for acknowledgement or closure. This theme resonates across cultures and belief systems, reflecting humanity's innate need to resolve conflict and seek peace, even in death. Another shared characteristic is the role of architecture in amplifying paranormal activity. Historic buildings like the Dumas brothel and the Monte Cristo Hotel, with their labyrinthine corridors, thick walls, and hidden alcoves, create environments conducive to isolating individuals and heightening fear. These structural elements act as metaphors for the psychological barriers erected by those who suffered within their confines, trapping emotions such as anger, despair, and regret. It's no coincidence that many reported hauntings occur in spaces imbued with emotional significance: bedrooms where relationships ended, kitchens where violence erupted, or basements where secrets were buried. Lighting and sensory manipulation also feature prominently in these narratives. Flickering lights, sudden temperature drops, and inexplicable odors are staples of ghostly encounters, designed to disorient and unsettle. Such phenomena strip away the comfort of familiarity, forcing visitors to confront the unknown. The use of mirrors, a recurring element in stories from Thornwood Castle and the Dumas brothel, adds another layer of psychological tension, as reflections distort perception and blur the boundary between self and other. This interplay of light and shadow becomes a tool wielded by unseen forces, creating moments of visceral terror that linger long after the initial shock subsides. Finally, the prevalence of historical context cannot be overstated. Each haunted location's narrative is deeply rooted in its unique past, shaped by the socio-cultural milieu of its time. The gold rush brutality embedded in the Monte Cristo Hotel's DNA contrasts sharply with the glamorous yet tragic lives immortalized at Thornwood Castle. Yet both stories tap into broader archetypes of ambition, betrayal, and mortality, ensuring their resonance with audiences regardless of personal experience. By drawing on these universal motifs, these haunted places transform from mere structures into living repositories of collective memory, inviting us to peer into the abyss of our shared humanity. Thus, while each establishment boasts its own distinct flavor of fright, the underlying threads connecting them reveal a tapestry rich with meaning. These patterns remind us that the supernatural is not so much about the entities themselves but the stories they tell, the echoes of lives interrupted, passions extinguished, and truths obscured. As we continue to explore these haunted locales, we find ourselves grappling not only with the specters of the past but with the timeless questions they raise about life, death, and everything in between. The enduring fascination with haunted places. Why do haunted places continue to captivate us? At their core, these spectral sanctuaries serve as portals to our deepest fears and curiosities, offering a tantalizing glimpse into realms beyond comprehension. They embody the duality of human existence, our simultaneous yearning for connection and our dread of isolation. Within their walls, the past refuses to remain silent, speaking through creaking floorboards, flickering lights, and disembodied whispers. These phenomena challenge our understanding of reality, forcing us to confront the uncomfortable truth that some mysteries may never be solved. Haunted places also tap into our primal fascination with storytelling. Every ghostly encounter, every chilling rumor, contributes to a larger narrative that transcends individual experiences. Whether it's the tragic love affair immortalized in Thornwood Castle or the wartime horrors etched into Northern State Hospital, these tales resonate because they reflect universal themes of loss, betrayal, and redemption. They remind us that history is not merely a sequence of dates and events but a living, breathing entity shaped by the emotions and actions of those who came before us. Moreover, these haunted locales provide a safe space to explore fear itself. In an era dominated by technology and predictability, the unknown holds a peculiar allure. Visiting reputedly haunted sites allows us to flirt with danger without genuine risk, indulging in adrenaline-fueled thrills while knowing we can retreat to the safety of daylight. This controlled exposure to terror satisfies our innate desire for adventure, making haunted places a unique form of escapism. Ultimately, the enduring appeal of haunted places lies in their ability to bridge worlds, past and present, living and dead, known and unknowable. They invite us to step outside the boundaries of logic and embrace the ineffable, reminding us that the line between fact and fiction, reality and imagination, is far thinner than we might believe. As long as humans seek to understand the mysteries of existence, haunted places will remain beacons of intrigue, beckoning us to unlock their secrets, one trembling step at a time. Dear reader, as we bring this journey through Washington State's most haunted places to a close, I hope you've felt the same spine-tingling allure that has drawn countless souls to these spectral sanctuaries. These stories are more than just campfire tales or urban legends. They are fragments of history, stitched together by human emotion, tragedy, and the unrelenting passage of time. If these accounts have stirred something within you, a spark of curiosity, a shiver of excitement, I urge you to take the next step. Visit one of these haunted locations yourself. Walk the same halls where spirits are said to roam, sleep in the rooms where history's echoes reverberate, and let the unknown brush against your senses. Whether you're a skeptic seeking proof or a believer eager to commune with the other side, these places offer an unparalleled opportunity to confront the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil. And when you return, share your story. Did you feel the icy touch of a ghostly hand? Hear the faint strains of music in an empty corridor? Or perhaps nothing happened at all, but isn't that silence just as intriguing? Your experiences add to the rich tapestry of lore surrounding these haunted places, ensuring their legacies endure for generations to come. Until then, keep your lanterns lit and your courage steady. The spirits are waiting.